Alright guys, check it out. Today on American Heritage Garage, we are going to try and figure out what is wrong with this guy. If you saw in the Half Century Progress Tractor Show, this guy left us stranded. So, let's get to it. Alright guys, so we've been tinkering around with the old golf cart, and I think we got it figured out. Took a little tinkering, took a little digging, a little poking and prodding with the electrical tools, but I think we might have got it licked. So, as you can see, if we'll get some focus going here, down in here we got some pretty good looking electrical redneckishness. It wasn't me. So we tested and poked and prodded around with the old meter here, and I was getting good signal, so that was a good sign because all this stuff down in here is extremely expensive. So we kind of had another idea, and I was thinking that it might be something in the pedal. The pedal, creates a signal the harder you press it down that gives more power to the back wheels. So, that being said, we had the front end jacked up, and I was digging up underneath here, and I was looking, if you see that guy laying down there, I was looking in there, and I had my hand up on the pedal, and I was pushing on the pedal, and I pushed real gently, and all of a sudden the thing tried to run off the jack onto my head. So, that being said, we took it off the jack, and we realized that if we pushed the pedal down real gently to right when the solenoid kicked on, it would take off, and then you could accelerate completely. But if you pushed it straight to the floor like we were doing yesterday, it wouldn't do anything. So, I figured it out. Got to digging, pulled the carpet up here, the rubber, and found this little box right down in here. And what this little box is as you push the pedal, it pushes that rod through that little black device all the way down to full throttle. This little black device here is called the inductive throttle sensor, the ITS. So we dig it out of there, and I get to looking at it. If you look real close here, again, we'll get some focus. You can see it's all cracked and smoked, not in very good shape. See there? So we're going to do some digging around. We need it tomorrow because I believe on Tuesday we're going down to the Farm Progress Show down in Decatur, Illinois. So we're going to go hunting around some golf cart places, but good news, I think we got the golf cart figured out. Also adjusted the back brakes and figured out that the left front wheel cotter pin was broken and it was clicking. So she's coming back to life. We're happy. So we're back on the golf cart. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update with what's going on with this. Definitely a few days later from the last time I filmed on this. I wanted to give you a quick rundown on what we had or what we found. So the last time I was talking to you guys about this thing, I told you that I thought for the most part, excuse the shadow, that we found what was wrong, and we thought it was this guy here, the inductive sensor, the inductive throttle sensor. So we got a new one from a local golf cart shop around here. We put it in, and it worked for like 3 pushes of the pedal, and then it stopped again. So we're kind of back to square one. The first set of testing procedures that I followed, I'm beginning to realize were not correct. The process was a little bit wrong, and it had me testing certain things before I was testing other things, and that just wasn't right. So I found an actual manual from EZGO, and I went through the procedure, and where I ended up was the controller here, the speed controller, is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So that being said, we have now ordered a speed controller, which was ridiculously expensive, and yeah, we're just waiting for it to come in. Problem is, what's holding this whole thing up is that it's in Florida, and they just dealt with a little hurricane kind of stuff down there, and they said it was going to take a couple extra days. So we'll be back on this once we get that guy in the mail and have our fingers crossed that I kind of know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. All right, guys, still on the golf cart. This thing is absolutely kicking my butt. So as I said before, I was going to replace the controller, which is down here behind the solenoid, this black thing. Why I did that is because when I did some testing off of the big lugs up here, I got funky numbers that made it look like it wasn't giving out the proper signal to the motor. So right here I got the motor hooked up directly to a 12-volt battery. When I tested that out, the wheels moved. That's the first time the wheels moved since pretty much we were at the show and this thing stopped on us. I am borderline at a total loss. I've been in contact with a good friend of mine who's extremely intelligent when it comes to electrical systems, and he even worked on golf carts at some point. He's got pretty good knowledge of these EZGOs. So kind of where we're at here is a bit of a lull. I'm still testing around trying to figure this out, but boy, I'll tell you what, this thing is kicking my butt. We've already messed around in the pedal box. It just seems like everywhere I go, everywhere I test, I'm not getting the right numbers from what I've seen that we should get. So still chugging along, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Another quick update on the EZGO, guys. I just want to kind of run through everything I've done. So we'll go start to finish. At first we thought it was in the pedal box, and we thought it was the ITS. That's what it was mimicking. So basically what would happen is you would very gently push the pedal down, very gently, and you'd hear the solenoid click, and if you held it for just a second, the wheels would take off, and then you could accelerate through all the way up through. But if you push the pedal down like to the floor, it wouldn't go anywhere. So that was the initial thing. So we replaced the ITS because that was some advice that I got, and it really didn't do anything, and then it completely quit working altogether. So from there we got really confused, started doing some testing, was getting halfway decent numbers at the controller. Actually I even threw another solenoid in just for the heck of it. I had one. So that was another thing we've done. Thought it was the controller because I was getting numbers that seemed right coming from the ITS, but it seemed like the controller wasn't signaling the motor to move. So we did decide to replace the controller, and that didn't fix anything. I noticed there was crazy surface charge on the batteries, so we pulled all the batteries out, scraped down the battery box, blew it all out, cleaned it, painted it, cleaned all the batteries with baking soda, checked all the battery cables, checked all the wiring down in here that runs down, fixed some little wires that might have been problems, and I still have nothing. The backup beeper comes on when you put it in reverse. You got the forward and reverse switch right here, this guy. The beeper's back here, this little guy. That looks perfectly brand new. All the connections are clean, all of the contacts are clean, the wires are all good, everything's hooked up as per the wiring diagram. So right now we are at an absolute loss. Most likely, just because I know how the world works, this is one stupid little thing that I'm missing somehow, basically because I just don't know about it. So yeah, we'll see, I guess, someday. Stupid golf cart. So after last night, looked at this thing some more, did some thinking, and kind of decided that this is going to continue to be a little bit more of a project than I thought it was going to be. I promise you guys, I, for the most part, know what I'm doing. I thought. But apparently I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to EZGOs and golf carts and electric systems such as golf cart here. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this out. And right now, from start to finish, I have ultimately gotten nowhere. But this is part one. I promise I'm not going to give up. I promise I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I am going to let you know what the fix is. It's got to be something. It's just I need a little more knowledge. I need to bend some ears and talk to some people. So for now, I still have a dead golf cart that doesn't move, and I'm not really terribly happy with that. But hang in there, guys, because it's going to get done, and I'm going to get a fix for you guys eventually. So until next time, we'll see you out here at American Heritage Garage.